Today we're going to show you everything you need to know to lift your Kawasaki H2 with the AGM Electric Jack Pro. Hi, I'm Brian with AGM, and this is how you lift it. Where we test real vehicles and real situations to show you the best way to get the job done, because how you lift it matters. Trust me, it has happened more times than we care to admit. Nothing kills the fun faster than a simple trail fix turning into a whole new list of headaches. But it doesn't have to be that way. We build jacks that can actually help you with real trail problems. So today we're not going to show you just how to lift your H2. We're going to show you how to make the whole process a lot easier so that even a trail repair becomes just another part of the adventure. Let's get into it. Quick tip. If your car is drivable, try to get it off the trail and parked on a flat surface with no rocks, trees, or branches. That way there's nothing you're fighting with when you're doing the repair. And put that guy in park, and please, if you can, chock the tires for safety. All right, back to the show. First thing we're gonna do is pull the electric jack out of the mounts. Get the hook installed, get our battery. Start here at the rear of the car. Now for the rear lift, we're going to want to pick up from the bottom of the trailing arm just in front of this radius. To do that, we're going to adjust the collar. Place this guy in here. Now we are going to want to get 2 points of contact, so that pad is going to be the first. The body up against the trailing arm is going to be our second. And just for a little bit extra safety, we're going to take the bottom of the jack or the pad here. We're going to kick it underneath what we're lifting. Top's going to come out a little bit. And the way that's going to help us is because we have this in angle as we lift, the car pivots away from us, the jack is going to come up vertical. Now, if we started the other way with the top of the jack in and the bottom out, as we pick up, it's going to be past vertical. So the pad that we're resting on is going to start to act like a ramp. Car could slide off. We don't want to do that. So bottom of the pad in, and we can go up. There we go. With the tire off the ground, you can start your repair. Quick tip, if you have a toolbox, a cooler, spare tire, maybe there's even a big log or a rock floating around, let's stick that under the car next to where you're doing the lift. That's a second point of contact. It's going to add a little bit more safety just in case something shifts. It doesn't fall all the way to the ground because that item is catching it. Give it a try. Back to the show. If for some reason you can't lift from the trailing arm, there is an alternate lift point here on the chassis. And we've picked this side because the exhaust is here. It's a little bit tighter. We want to show you a worst case scenario. So the way that looks, stick the jack in the crack here between the springs and the chassis. Now with a flat tire, the car is going to be lower. It's actually going to rest in a better position where the jack comes up between the exhaust and the shock. But in this case, we are sitting here. So as you're doing this, two things to remember. One, make sure that you wait till the exhaust cools down if you're lifting from here. And two, make sure that the battery is sitting between these two so that we don't lift this up into the exhaust. With that said, we have the jack all the way in. We have our multiple points of contact. In this case, we're up against the exhaust here as well as lifting from the pad. And let's go up. There we go, tire is off the ground and ready to perform your repair. At the front of the car, we're going to pick up from the upper control arm, just past the radius in the arm along this flat section here. Place the pad under there. We're going to get our second point of contact against the lower arm. Show you what that looks like. Jack in, I have the jack pointing towards the center of the car. I'm going to lift up. Making sure to keep the jack in close so I have my 2 points of contact, and all the way up now. There you go, tire is off the ground, ready for your repair. Quick tip, if the jack keeps kicking out on you when you're trying to lift, go ahead and try this. Rotate your collar 90 degrees, put that back in under the car, and now when you lift, the jack is not able to rotate the direction it was previously. There you go, it's up in the air, ready for repair. Now that we have a flat, let's put it all together and show you what a tire change looks like. So, jack under the rear arm, just forward to the radius. I'm pushed in tight with my 2 points of contact, and lift. Get that thing up. Hopefully we can take the tire off with no problem. All right, you'll notice I caught all the lugs. The reason we're doing that is we don't want any of these to fall in the dirt. If they do fall in the dirt, there's a chance we can get some stuff in here when we go back on. That may gall between the two threads, damaging one of your studs, which takes a long time to replace. No fun, so don't do that. Now, if it does fall in the dirt, not the end of the world. We'll just knock it out, blow it out, make sure we're clean, and then we'll stick those in a nice, safe spot. Pull this guy off, go get one with a little bit more air. Okay, what we want to do here is start all the lugs by hand. Don't want to use an impact because there is no starter nose on these studs and the chance of cross-threading is really high. So take the extra second, install them by hand. Next thing we want to pay attention to is as we go to use the impact, we want to tighten these in a star pattern. The reason we want to do that is we want to pull the backside of this wheel tight to the rotor. That way we know a good sealing surface, and when we torque these down, everything stays tight. Now, I could tighten this in a circle, but if I did that, there's a chance I could pull it in crooked, and I wouldn't know that. Everything would tighten up just fine, but as we go driving down the road, that wheel is gonna square up, and once it squares up or becomes parallel to the brake, these are gonna come loose, fall off, and this is gonna fall off. It's gonna cause a whole thing. Don't do it. Use the star pattern. Now, if you have a torque wrench, at this point you can lower the jack down just enough that this touches the ground so the wheel won't spin. You can torque this to manufacturer specs. We're out in the middle of nowhere. We don't have a torque wrench. I'm gonna go around one more time with the impact gun just to make sure this is tight. I'll check it back in the shop with the torque wrench. All right, with that tight, I can lower the jack. And we can get back on the trail. And that is everything you need to know about lifting the Kawasaki H2 with the AGM Electric Jack Pro. Now, today's video had one goal in mind, and that's to make trail repair safer and easier, because how you lift it matters. I'm Bryan with AGM, and this is how you lift it. If you got any questions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.